you for continuing to watch our workout video series about how to impact the lives of individuals through autism through exercise. Rachel.
Well, what you got here is a lovely form of foam rollers, which are basically like, looks like pipes, but they are actually much more softer because they're made of like foam.
Right, and so what we found, and actually I shouldn't say we, I found this out after working with many different adults, kids, all different ages on the autism spectrum, is that these foam rollers provide sensory feedback. Not only the exercises and routines that Rachel's going to show you here in a second, but by choosing different types of foam rollers can really impact your child or students. And let me explain. So this first black foam roller is really dense and really tough. And if your students, you know that they require a lot of sensory feedback, you may want to try them on this. However, it can be more challenging to their muscles and sensory systems as well. So if you're starting off, you may want to start with something a little bit softer. And what were you going to mention about that?
Oh, and these are basically like kind of like little sensory buttons thing, which your child or adult might feel them, and depending on their reaction, either you can transition to another thing or still keep this. Which good thing Dave is gonna introduce you to this foam roller.
So this is just the opposite. Very dense, very tough was the black one. And then this white one is one of the most softer versions, which can definitely not have such a high sensory feedback for your children, adults, or students. And Rachel, you did this completely independent on your own. And I want you to explain what you did.
Oh, yay! So this is a foam roller my mom got from a estate sale. It is white. Any foam roller can cost from like $10 to about $50 to be safe.
Sure.
And when it's white, and I know my creativity is never stopping. I created all this just thinking of like what I like, what favorite words I would like to say, and I added the date that I did it on and my birth date.
So she did this back in May in 2012, but I came into her house and she showed me this. And I thought it was amazing because she took ownership, made it her own, and this is also what you can do. Maybe if you're a school and you're looking for grants, you can buy and purchase these foam rollers and then have your students, again, make it their own and be creative with it. And that can better engage them in exercise and activities. So again, awesome thing that she did, and so brilliant that she could share and be creative and now share with you. So, as we mentioned, very dense, very softer, and then this is kind of like the middle foam roller, which they vary in color and shape. Sometimes there's half foam rollers, but this is kind of like middle ground of how tough and the sensory feedback you may get from it. But we're going to just show you a few exercises that you can do with this.
And also this was too by Fleur because she tends to think foam rollers are big sausage.
Yes, and if you've seen
stick.
And if you saw Rachel's other segment about how to include your dog, like Rachel said, Fleur has chewed this to bits, but that's okay.
And my creative foam roller too.
Yes.
Not the black one because I think you keep that away.
I do. I got to keep one Fleur free. All right, Rach, will you put your head here?
Okay.
So what she's doing, and you may have seen in other shows or other segments, and we're doing this, I do this with a lot of my kids because, again, it helps them from a sensory standpoint and physically helping their abdominals, reducing stress in their neck, and even improving their range of motion in their shoulder girdle or arms and back area.
And posture too.
Beautiful. One of the 5 components, right, Rach?
Yep, posture. Very important.
Very good, Rachel. So, Rach, can you just put your arms out to the side and just hold it?
Okay.
Yep. So this is exercise 1. Just simply holding And laying there is an exercise in itself for some of your students and kids. And not only is it impacting their posture, but it's also helping even their abdominal area and calming their sensory systems. Yep. Rach, why don't you take them through, which one do you want to do?
I think the snow angels.
All right, angels in the snow.
This might be good in case you're like sick or whatever. So it's basically you move your arms. If you want, you can do fast or slow. But always start slowest, because if you do fast, then you might be hitting your pet, which is not good.
So yes, like Rachel said, if there's a pet in the room or something, so you may want to go slower with your arms. But if you're just trying this with your children or your students, just go nice and easy. It may not look exactly perfect like the way Rachel or a visual support card will show you, but that's okay. Again, we just want to keep them moving. And in the snow angels, we're not moving our legs. We're keeping them planted in the ground, as you can see, and just using the arms. All right, so we did snow angels. What's next, Rach?
The chops.
Perfect.
Okay, this might make you think I'm doing self-harm, but actually I'm trying to get my abdominals a bit more or less clogged up.
Good. And what also, if you maybe have to prompt your student in order to help them or the child or adult you may be working with. So sometimes I have to work with students and I have them grasp their hands like Rachel just did and physically give them a prompt so they know where I want them to reach their hands to and back. And this can, again, is another way just to help them understand what you may be asking. So you want to give physical prompts. And then there you go. So that was the chops. What's next?
There's the alternative one too.
Mm-hmm.
And this might make you look your this might make your tantrums look a little less childish.
Good. So
but please don't do it when you're angry.
So you're doing alternate chops, one after the other. Again, nice and slow. Sometimes I'm going to correct Rachel or other kids as I'm working, but if you're just starting these things, don't worry about correcting. Remember, getting our children moving is half the battle. If you've done that, you've done your job and you've done a great job. We can always work on the coaching piece later. So that's why sometimes throughout all of our videos, you don't see me correcting right away. Okay, nice job.
Did I do it like fast or slow?
That one? I think you did like medium.
Yeah, medium's fine.
And then can you just, let's show them the last one, let's show them the claps.
Okay. Now this is what I will start the log stretch with.
Mm-hmm. And Rach, I'm going to show them how sometimes I start with other individuals. Okay? Mm-hmm. So sometimes I may start here, Rach, come up here. Clap the hands, bend down, clap, clap. Sometimes I gently push, again, to give another prompt. Push, clap, and then, ooh, sorry.
It's okay.
And then the ultimate goal is to have the student or child do it independently. So I try to fade those prompts as quick as I can. And Rachel does a great job.
Yep.
All right. So there's a few routines, a few exercises you can do on the log, again, with your students at home, in the classroom, or in a gym setting. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else you want to say, Rach?
I think after you're on the phone, your back is very straight.
Mm-hmm.
And it may help you like on posture, on stand up or sitting down.
If you have questions, you have comments, let us know.
Fan mail.
Send Rachel a letter. Don't forget, challenge autism with exercise. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.